Sometimes I get so stuck in patterns of snoozing my alarm for an entire hour before actually waking up, patterns of waking up to the acidic, anxious twists and turns of my stomach, and my mind yelling at me that I'm going to be late. The days that follow when I'm stuck in these anxious loops always have the same theme. They are days where I feel too tired to do anything but the routine. Days where my mind is so hyper-focused on either how tired I am or how everything is just filled with impending doom, and so the days seem so sure to be filled with scary, anxiety-inducing things that I feel ready for it to be over before it even begins. I get so consumed, so stuck inside this idea that my day will go a certain way, that this is the day that I end up having. I end up missing the magic. I end up letting the nervous knots in my stomach write my plans for the day. And nervous knots write the most dingy and dull plans. Self-doubt writes the most uneventful and uninteresting schedules. But sometimes, after a string of these days, sometimes even months and months of this routine, something deep within me gets fed up, looks pointedly at these fears and anxieties and unhealed wounds that have settled in and taken control, and just looks at them and kind of laughs. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut up. You know, even if it's deep, deep inside, that you are more courageous than even your deepest fears. So shut up. I love you, but shut up. I'll take care of you. I will get you the help you need, but shut up. You are my fears, but you are not me. And you no longer make my plans. And you no longer tell me who I am. And for just a moment, they surrender. They surrender to the will of my soul. And so then I need to restart. And I restart with this. A morning routine to get out of the old routine and back into the flow. To reclaim my day and reclaim my power. And I set my alarm to wake up early in the morning. Sometimes at sunrise, or maybe a bit later, but I make sure to be awake before the rest of the world is out and about. Right when I wake up, before I can even be tempted to press snooze, I jump right out of bed and roll out my yoga mat and get moving. Because before anything else, I need to set my intention that today will be a new day. That today I will let myself surrender to the wisdom and desires of my soul. And once I quiet my mind in this way, I can actually hear it. I can finally feel the new pull once I'm centered and grounded and the intention is set. And now that I'm awake, now that I have this extra hour or two, I say to myself, okay, now it's time to do something that I've never done before. Something that I wouldn't usually do. Something completely outside my routine. And just asking myself what I actually want to do, it wakes up something new inside me. And it usually pulls me outside. It usually asks me to explore where I live. It usually asks me to enjoy something. It's like, please. Every day, warm sun beats onto the sand and crabs and birds and fish swarm the shallow tides, all while you just sleep away in anxious wallowing. The day says to me, every day these little marigolds look so majestic in the orange light of the early morning sun, and you're in there dreading me? But look what I could be. Look what I could hold for you. And so I let myself be drawn by whatever wants my attention out there. Sometimes it's flowers or clouds or birds. And then I just follow what I want to do. Things that I would usually think, I don't have time for that, or why would I just wake up to have fun, or that isn't serious or productive, that isn't helping anyone, that isn't making you smarter, that isn't making you money, that is selfish or childish or silly or self-indulgent, or whatever negative, doubt, worry. But today, if these thoughts come up, I acknowledge their presence, but I also acknowledge that they are not my own, because only the ego measures its worth in these ways. And for this morning, I am listening to my soul. My soul, which turns these thoughts into gratitude and then watches as they dissipate like fog under the hot sun. I say thank you for this beautiful time of morning. Thank you for the gift of fun and playfulness. Thank you for the gift of pleasures and beauty, the gift of the mystery. I will show my gratitude by learning to see you, learning to honor you, learning to unstick myself from the notion that this existence is mundane, and learning to see your truth. And as I enter this flow, I begin to realize all the ways Mother Earth, the ocean waves, and dolphins are just begging me to be a bit more playful, begging us to let ourselves surrender and be held by her, to remember that after all, life was never meant to be a destination, but a dance. Suddenly I'm drawn to do my hair and makeup and wear something that I usually save for a special day, because I've just realized that today is a special day. I just had to remember why. And after these mornings of breaking away from the stuckness and anxiety patterns, I find that I have arrived in the flow, where inspiration feels limitless and the possibilities of every single day flow from an endless source. I am back in my power at last.